I'm brand new right now, man. I'm a little.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he dropped. Come on, man. Come on.
He's so MJ. Listen, cold opening, but it's a hot day, cold opening, and we got. Speaking of hot, we got the Heat rallied back, 3-0 up.
Yeah, bro. That's my fault, man. Like I ain't pushed the wrong button, being silly.
You good? We wonder why it went just abruptly.
No, that was God. That was God telling me to chill out. So I'm gonna chill out.
All right. But look, we here, man. Forget the blame game. Forget we ain't trying to blame nobody. We ain't trying to break nothing. No, we here to talk about basketball. And we are now at the final stages, literally. Denver versus Miami. Who had that on their bingo card when the season started? I didn't. But we here, so let's talk about it, fellas. 94 Feet of Life basketball for the people, by the people. You should be
not
subscribed.
Just a bunch of dudes talking, B. Not just a bunch of dudes talking, bro.
Not just a bunch of dudes talking. Usually the catchphrase is basketball for the people, by the people. But I think we're gonna change that.
It's
not just a bunch of dudes talking.
2023, man. I think it may just be that time.
Might be
we
time.
Still for the people. We still for the people. As we come up, we representing y'all. Yeah. We hear y'all cries. We hear y'all need for the real. Even if you keep flirting with the fake, we hear it. We still gonna be here for y'all. We got y'all, bro.
Right. Right. You know, we got folks. You know, just follow us. Like if you follow the group, just follow the correct people. You'll see.
Mm-hmm.
As Antonio Brown said, business is booming.
Business booming, man.
Things are moving in the right direction. We got people in Arizona. We got people all through Indiana. We got people all up in, listen. It's not just a bunch of dudes talking, but let's get to it, fellas. Let's get to the basketball. So my first thought on this, and MJ, you and I, Brad, we've talked about this too.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just get right into it. If you're Miami, what are we going to attempt? I'm going to put emphasis on the word attempt to do with Jokic. Are we going to double? Are we not going to double? What are we going to attempt to do? Because this is as an individual matchup. We know it's a team game. I haven't seen a mismatch like this probably since Shaq and them played the Nets. Shout out Todd McCullough and the man over there. So you find me scouting room tonight. What are we going to try to do?
I'm emptying the clip on the playbook. I'm emptying the clip. So if you're asking me from a coaching standpoint, this is a little bit more advanced information because I've been doing this now, so I can see it. Anytime you have a big that skill, most of the time they are reliant on their guards to give them the ball, right? This is how I'm approaching Denver. We go 11 deep. We got a bunch of no-name dogs that's hungry. I'm pressing full court. You got to see me full court. And anytime Jokic try to get the rebound and push it off the glass, you see in the double team, full court. Half court, we play straight up. But you are not about to run point and not feel what a point guard really feels. Because everybody runs point, but are they really running point? See, the thing about it is, it's a difference between a guy that can bring the ball up and get you where you need to go versus a floor general.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jokic is going to break a press, but he could get you where he wants to go and pick you apart with his passing. That does not mean he's a point guard. Anytime that dude gets the ball off the glass to try to push it up, I'm doubling. Give it up right now. And if you try to dribble against two people, You're wasting energy now, which is great because now your shot is going to end up being short. I'm wearing you down all game. You are the focal point. I'm going to treat you like a 2-time MVP. It's all types of coverages I'm throwing at you. I want you to think about me the whole game. I want you to think about what I'm going to do. One possession, I might just send a hard trap. Another possession, I might bluff. Another possession, I might have you go straight up. Another possession, I might bluff in the full court while you try to bring it up. Another possession, I might 2-2-1 your guards and try to get them to use all 8 of those seconds before you get the ball. I'm throwing everything at you because guess what? In this league right now that you all you have is a defensive 3-second call, which means you could technically zone. Here's the beautiful thing about this. All of those defenses I could throw at you in this league.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean Jokic ain't seen it before? Of course. He probably seen every defense you could throw at him. I just want you, as a defender, I just need you to think about me. If I can get you to think about me for 2 games, that's all I need.
I agree with you, MJ. I just think you can't. First of all, there is no great answer.
No.
There's no great answer. You just have to give him enough different looks, different coverages. You send the double team from different spots on the floor. As MJ talked about, you mix it up, press, zone. Like you just, as emptying the playbook is a great phrase because that's what you're going to have to do because you just don't have Miami's big are not athletic enough or big enough. Like usually you can say we could get away with the quicker big man or we can get away with the stronger big man. They don't really have either.
Bam. I think Bam defensively enough is smart enough and athletic enough to put him on with help. With help. Now, see, here's the problem. I'm not putting him one-on-one. He will have all the help in the world. I'm almost willing to box and one Jokic with Bam just able to just look, go all out. If he hits that tough ass one leg BS jump shot, if he hits 10 of those, we was meant to lose. But do not let him get to the center of the rim. Don't let him get to the jump hook. And don't let him throw any clean passes.
Right.
That's it. That's all I can live with. That's all I can live with because he's that good. He's that great. And this is the final. This is his first time here. So, as you know, even though experience ain't the whole thing, it is a part of it. You just get thinking. It's a psychological game. You just get a guy thinking. Part of it is wearing down with your not just physicality, but with throwing plenty of bodies at him and just keeping fresh bodies on him. But if the shots start missing that he usually hit, or if guys start missing shots that they usually make, all I need is just that little bit of doubt. I just need that little bit of doubting because Miami been there before. They coach and they team. They was in there in the bubble. They know what it's like. You don't.
Trav, so MJ's giving us the what we're going to attempt to do on Jokic on the Denver side. We've seen Miami put people. They really made Mud Island 3 series in a row. They've really gotten people out of rhythm, disrupted offense. If you're Denver, on the Denver side, what are we doing against a set Miami defense to get ourselves going, especially considering we've had all this time off?
You have nothing left to lose at this point, Miami. You have nothing else to lose. Just go all out and do what you just did. This is a whole new team. This is a whole new series. Can those role players do that again?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be important because if you have Bam and Jimmy do all the heavy lifting again, and you don't come through, that game gonna look ugly. It's gonna look very ugly. So you're playing with house money at this point, Miami. You are dead to rights, as Vegas says it. You are dead to rights as far as NBA experts says it.
Mm-hmm.
Shock the world. shock the world. That's all you can do at this point. Twin Martin got to play the same way. Has to get that confidence. Strauss hitting the threes. That whole team on the defensive end, they got to play the same way. But this time, it's just number 15, man. We start calling by his number now, man. 15's a problem.
Yeah.
15's a problem. And like y'all said, it just ain't no one way to stop dude because he didn't seen it all at this point of his career. He didn't seen it all. So Miami, again, just let it all go. Just go hoop. Go hoop. Carry out your game plan. Like my motto about the NBA is whoever gets to their game plan first and execute it often is going to win the game.
Yep.
I think it'll be interesting to see for Denver, who's had the time off. You know, Denver's not played. It'll be 9 days off, which you never get 9 days off during the season. Even with All-Star break, you don't get 9 days off.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see what ring rust, if any, does Denver have early, and can they kind of shake that off early in the game? The guy you talk about, MJ talk about Bam Adebayo. I think this shapes up to be potentially a really big series for a guy like Michael Porter. I think you talk about all the looks Jokic is going to get. That means Michael Porter's going to get opportunities. And if you look at Michael Porter, 6'9", 6'10", can really shoot the ball. A guy like Strus, even a guy like Twin, there's going to be a mismatch for Porter with all the switching and things. You know, you hate to do it the whole, who's the X factor? But he's going to give opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them. And if he's knocking down shots or creating the havoc that he can create. Now, one thing about Michael Porter that I think MJ's always talked about that 4 to 8 foot shot. The one thing Michael Porter doesn't do, and this is similar to what happened to Boston, is not necessarily settling for a jumper, but it's not completing a drive to the rim.
Yeah.
If Michael Porter Jr. and to a certain degree and Jamal Murray are aggressive taking the ball to the rim, because Miami does not have a rim protector. They don't have anybody that you like, oh, he's going to block our shot. That's going to be, I think, a thing is those two guys attacking the rim, because that's the one thing to me, fellas, Boston did not do. Boston didn't take the ball to the basket, really. Not just game 7, but the first 3 games when they got behind. Not going to the basket, not getting free throws. Denver's other guys have to be aggressive, taking the ball to the rim and forcing fouls, getting to the line, collapsing defense. That, to me, is what I'm looking for Denver to do.
Aaron Gordon is going to be key in this series. He's going to be key on the defensive end because he's going to see a lot of Jimmy Butler. He's athletic, can jump, he can do those things. But on that offensive end, especially when they go to that 2-3 zone, be on the lookout for Aaron Gordon.
It's funny because we all got 3 different X factors, even though we kind of understand the same things. My actual X factor is KCP. He played the Heat before. He knows how to guard Jimmy. And he's a shot maker. He's not just the typical 3-and-D guy in which you just have to get the ball in a specific way to catch it. He'll make shots and go crazy on you if you allow it. Now, the counter to this is, I said, throw 2-2-1 presses, throw full court presses at you. If you drive and kick or if you throw over that zone to KCP and he catches it and turns and face, he can make that shot.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
He can make you pay that price. And he could easily have a series where he go 52% from 3-point and guard Jimmy and make it tough on him.
Yeah, I remember he played really well in the bubble. He had a really good series against Miami in 2020 when he was hitting that baseline. He was hitting that Byron Scott 87 baseline J. He was hitting it with regularity.
And
you know how I feel about the other guys, those one or two guys that just step up out of nowhere that make you wave the white flag in your mind because you like, I've geared everything to stopping this dude, and now this dude is doing what we didn't calculate for him to do.
Right.
He's that guy. It's always that one that puts you over the top of that finals. KCP is that guy. I think Jamal Murray going to have probably 2 games where he off, and he going to have 2 or 3 games where he go crazy. I think Jokic is going to have a consistent triple-double. Whether it's a 30 or 40 point one, I don't know, but he's going to have his triple-double. Now we're looking at, you said MPJ. Trav, who did you say again?
I said Aaron Gordon.
And I'm saying KCP. So we all said the others besides the stars. So we're all on the right track. So, but for me, like I said, KCP is going to probably do the heavy lifting with the defensive portion of guarding whatever wing, whether it's Gabe Vincent, take away Gabe Vincent, or whether or not you take away Jimmy Butler. He's going to be the guy that's going to do the heavy lifting defensively, and he's going to have to make shots. Also, the altitude. Jimmy got tired in the bubble. I know Miami is good for working hard in them 4 hours. Hopefully they all right for that altitude because that altitude plays a part.
Different.
It's different. So, all they need to do is steal one. So
that's the thing. That is the thing, to steal one. That your job. Number one job is to steal one. If you can't, you gotta defend home. But at the same time, it's the Lakers in 2020, everybody holler about the offensive prowess of LeBron or AD in that bubble. A lot of people think that AD should have won the MVP of that finals. A lot of people think that. But at the same time, what won that series, especially game 6, was how the Lakers was on one string on defense and how they was helping their recovery and getting that ball out of Jimmy Butler's hands and how their defense was on the string, especially those bigs. That is going to be real important for Denver. Is how good you got enough rest. You got enough rest. You should be running. You should be running with the wind right now. Got your legs all up under you. When you send that double or you help, you better be on a string, because one thing about Miami can knock down the open shot.
And that's going to be another thing. If you look at it, it says it's easy to say, it's an open jumper. Miami has made an inordinate amount of open shots this entire playoff run. You say, what's an open shot? You should make it.
They doing it though. They are doing it.
Yeah, if you look at that Boston, that was, of the many things that were big in that series, the amount of open shots that Miami has made. Mm-hmm. And now, do they continue to make that many open shots? Because if they continue to make that many, this will be a long series. If they don't make the open shots like they've been making them, it could be short. But will Miami continue to shoot as well as they've shot? Because they have, going back to Milwaukee series, they have really shot the ball really well all playoffs.
They hitting big boy shots, man. They open, they doing their job, man. I'm talking about Gabe Vincent, Strauss, Robinson, Kyle, Kevin Love when he's out there. They're making open shots. Jimmy he's making the 3-point shot when he's wide open, when he has to take it. They all making the open shot. So again, when you get that ball out of Jimmy Butler's hands, how well can Denver rotate on defense and make that and cover that mismatch of getting to the open person for that open shot challenge.
Yeah, that's something Boston didn't do.
They did not do that. They did not do that well. And on paper, statistically, Boston is a good defensive team.
Yeah. Yeah, Boston kind of came apart, which I think obviously anytime the day after someone's losing a series, like, man, what happened to the losing team? But Miami made open shots, and the thing that Miami's not going to do, Miami's never going to beat themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to give away. What's the one thing we talked about with Boston? We said Boston will give you a bad quarter.
Give you one bad quarter, one good bad quarter, and that's going to make them a break.
Whereas Miami, while they may not shoot well in the game, they're not going to play bad. You have to act. You're going to have to beat them because they're not going to give it to you.
You know what Miami is reminding me of? Miami is reminding me of the 2K games. Like the first and second quarter, you beat them or whatever, the third quarter. But then when the fourth quarter comes on that video game, they don't miss nothing. They come back. I'm talking about I can tell you this. One thing that Miami does have over Denver, it's that thing in the inside, man. They have heart. They have heart. 4 quarters, they do not beat themselves, and that's winning time.
Yeah,
that 4 quarters, winning time. They do not beat themselves. Like, it's hard because the thing that's so tough about Miami, they take precious care of each possession they have the basketball.
The other thing Miami's going to does very well is they don't let you back in the game.
Right.
You look at Game 7 versus Boston. You look at versus Boston. Miami didn't necessarily blow them out by 30, but they just kept them at 8-15.
Mm-hmm.
Boston could never get that thing to 2 possessions. Miami just kind of continued, just keep you at bay. 8 points, 6 points, 11 points. Maybe you knock it down to 7. They get it back to 12. They don't give leads up. So go ahead, MJ.
So I was like, we giving credit to Miami, which is well deserved. I think, Miami is a great underdog story, but I've learned my lesson in the past with the 2011 Mavericks and the 2015 Golden State Warriors. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to believe what you see.
Yeah.
Even though it's different, even though we're not used to seeing it, even though in our mind we're trying to calculate or logic our way into explaining why this might not happen, sometimes you just got to believe what you see. And right now, I believe that Jokic.
I was just about to say it. Them guys out there in them Rocky Mountains, they can play basketball.
There is no answer for him. You literally he has every piece that he needs. They play perfect basketball. Perfect. See, the thing is, and this is for some of you guys, because I really got to break this down. I said this a little bit on the live, but I don't think a lot of people watch the live. So for those of you who are not in 94 Feet of Life, this is a quick breakdown for you. Basketball, unfortunately, in this day and age, has become more business-oriented than hoop-oriented. This is what I mean by that. It's business-oriented the way things are set up. If you look at each team, there are 2 guys that are the great guys who they can do whatever they want. They can't do no wrong. They can have 8 turnovers, nobody tripping. They're going to do the heavy lifting. They're going to create for everybody. Then everybody else has got to just pick up a role to complement those guys. Well, that's easy as hell to guard in the playoffs, especially when you have a team that got 11 dudes that can all do the exact same role. When you got a team where everybody can shoot, pass, and dribble and defend and rebound, now it's just a make or miss game in real life. Y'all make it a make or miss game based off of, okay, this guy role is to shoot it, so we're expecting him to shoot a higher percentage.
Mm-hmm.
But what y'all don't calculate is when you take a guy that's specifically made to shoot, he doesn't know how to process or calculate when that first or second option is taken away if he's not a hooper with it.
Mm-hmm.
With Miami has shooters that are hoopers. You put Miami shooters in a rec league, they will have 70 and do all. It ain't gonna just be threes. They're gonna do all sorts of stuff. They're gonna lay you with the left. They're gonna do all sorts of stuff. With Denver, same thing. You got guys that can hoop that are just playing a role. This is the reason why the finals is what it is. And most importantly, with Miami, they're showing that we could do it without your fancy draft picks. Hell, we don't even need to get Division I players. All we need to do is gonna buy in and gonna put that work in and believe the system. So that's why this series is what basketball needed. And the Lakers and Boston series is what the casuals wanted. That's the difference.
Right.
Not about what the casuals wanted, it's what basketball needs.
We're gonna see who really loved the game basketball this series.
Oh, we know the answer to that, bro.
We're gonna see that.
No, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. This is how it always happens. The casuals still gonna tune in because it's gonna be a close series. Either Denver's going to sweep it or it's going 7. It ain't no mix. It ain't no in between. And if Denver sweep it, it's probably because somebody got injured. So if it gets to around game 6, the casuals gonna come around, and now you're gonna have those same people who were, let's say, LeBron fans or Curry fans. Now they're gonna become Jimmy Butler fans or Jokic fans, because that's how it works. The guys that really can hoop, once you get them on the stage, the casuals see them on stage, and now they become fans to them. Win the crowd, win your freedom. Gladiator taught us that. So all that's going to happen is we're going to birth a new superstar, whether they deserve it or not. A new superstar is going to be birthed. A lot of jerseys going to be sold. There's going to be a lot of people that is going to defend them, like the defense attorney that all of these barbershop dudes be talking. That's what's going to happen. But I personally think that we have to put more respect on Denver's name. And if Miami win, it ain't going to be because Denver choked. We got a perfect, this is a nice matchup.
Yeah. I think it's two teams who are, it's really about the team. Obviously, Jokic and Butler are spectacular, but they play within the confines of their system and the cultures of their team. So it's not going to be, we've seen Jimmy go out and get 53, but it's not going to be like, oh, Jimmy's averaged 40 a game or Jokic averaged 35, 20, and 15. It'll just kind of be, especially with Jokic came. Jokic is going to be steady. Jokic is going to come out there. It's going to be 12 for 20 from the floor, 2 tray balls, 7 for 7 on the line. That's 33 points. Jimmy, the best game manager in the league right now. Jimmy just manages possession really well. He knows when to get to the line. He knows when he needs to score. He knows when he's getting involved. So you got 2 guys, Jokic and Butler, who control games. And it's going to be who can control the game best, and playing off that. You know, this is the series where you could get that Andre Iguodala 2015 Finals MVP, and it's somebody you don't expect. This is a series where a Bam Adebayo gets MVP or Michael Porter Jr. gets MVP, because the 2 guys they play with are really unselfish, and they're gonna play within the confines of that game, of the game.
This is Wilder versus Fury. Fury at every advantage possible and can outbox you. Wilder will knock you out.
Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, so MJ has said Denver either in 4 or 7. Trav, who you got?
I got Denver. I got Denver off the fact they're playing beautiful basketball. Notice each team that we say plays beautiful basketball, they win that chip. I've heard that plenty of times for Denver. 80s, late 80s, late 80s, Boston Celtics played a beautiful game. Lakers, same way. Shoot, you come down, San Antonio, beautiful game.
Yeah.
The Golden State Warriors, they changed to a whole nother level. Beautiful game.
Can I say this too?
Yo,
I would love for Miami to win for selfish reasons. It's not for Jimmy.
what is it though?
I want them to win for selfish reasons because my community, Northwest Indiana,
Yeah.
ain't nobody coming to check for them, even though they should. So they got to go the JUCO route, the D2 route, the D3 route.
And a lot of those guys are those caliber type of players, and that gives them the courage and the know-how. It's okay to go that route. You still can make it. You got to play hard.
That's why I need for that championship to happen, so that more teams, since it's a copycat league, stop just looking at measurements, upside, and all that, to start looking at like, I need guys who's going to help me win, and I'm willing to look at every possible option to get those guys that's going to help me win, because I serve a community that is underlooked, and they got to go those routes, and they have to pretty much be perfect just to get one opportunity. So I want Miami to win for that. That's my selfish reason for wanting Miami to win. But also, I'm firm but fair. When you got a guy that can do the things that Jokic should do at his size, and he has protection defensively to be able to not have to get worn down. And on the other end, I'm looking at Miami, and I don't see anybody that he has to go against that's just going to just cause him hell. Unless Bam turns into Rasheed Wallace 2.0, which he could. I don't see anybody that's going to, just wear him down to the point where, like, I'm tired, I can't do this. Or get frustrated to where he's no longer focusing on basketball and making a basketball play. Because that's literally the only way it has to be bigger than basketball for him to not do what he do. If he just stays and keep it basketball, ain't really nothing you can do, because he makes the right decision 110 times out of 120.
Mm-hmm.
And with Jimmy, he manages the game well, but you got to think, something goes wrong here, something goes wrong there, boom, Jimmy makes a play. That's one every 3 possessions against the guy who every possession you're going to get a good shot. Yeah. Like, how many turnovers do he average, even though he be averaging like 11, 12 assists? Jokic averages what, 2 turnovers a game?
Yeah. He doesn't
look it up.
He is carefree with that ball.
He doesn't.
Free.
That's what I'm saying. Neither team is going to. You're going to have to beat. You have to beat them, because they're not going to give it. Neither team is going to really give it to you.
Right.
They don't. Neither team makes a lot of mistakes. I think it's a fascinating series. My official pick is Denver in 6. I think Miami is. We've seen Miami capable of going on the road and winning the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've also seen Denver go on the road
and take 2.
They smacked Phoenix. They smacked the Lakers on their own floor. So it's a fascinating series. We're going to be here at 94 Feet of Life Sunday. Time is to be determined, but we will have the game 2 preview on Sunday. Myself, Ham, MJ, hopefully. MJ, see, we talk about basketball for the people, by the people, not just a bunch of dudes talking. MJ, a lot of times, is not available on Sundays because he's coaching one of the best AAU squads in the Midwest. So sometimes he's not available. Our man, Les, who y'all have seen, sometimes he's not available because he got a promotion with his career advancement out in Arizona. So we don't know who's gonna be available Sunday. We don't know what time we're gonna do it, but we will be here. Trav in the building, MJ, Ron, shout out Coach Les, shout out Ham, basketball for the people, by the people. It's not just a bunch of dudes talking.